The movie Trapped is about three young dudes growing up. I play the main character, Marcus, and Marcus is trying to decide if he want to go to school or if he want to do something in the streets for money, and he chooses to go to the streets like a lot of young dudes do. And it's pretty much inspired by events that I went through in my life and some other people that I knew went through, and I kind of used them stories with the writer and the director and put it all together. The book Pamphlet is about, like, it's about the changing the mentality of people in lower class communities, like niggas in the hood, like females and shit like that. And it's a book about how to get people to think other than the ways that they grew up on. Like, for example, how can I say this? Not necessarily taking people out the hood, but taking their mind out the hood. Like, the environment will stay the same, but the people, they're the problem. Their minds are the problem. The environment, you can put certain people anywhere. You can put me in certain places, and it's my mind that will let me get out of where I'm at. So I'm focusing on changing the mentality of people in lower class communities. I got my work ethic from hustling. Like, I'm the same. The hustle is still in me. Like, I know people with felonies. I know people with, big cases and everything, and they still have things that other people don't. I've seen people have it all given to them, and then they end up with nothing. And I've seen people who have nothing and end up with everything. But the difference be they hustle. So when I was in the streets doing my thing, like, my hustle never stopped. Like, if you look at me and I'm capable of doing all these movies and writing these books and having success in tattooing and as an artist and doing all this shit that I do, is because of the hustle. So my work ethic came from hustling, and nothing's changed. I'm just in a different lane. Now I can't go to jail for what I'm doing. To elaborate on the movie, let's say this. Let's say, okay, you got some niggas, your average niggas in the hood. You got three dudes. It's usually dudes who usually work by threes. And you usually got a smart friend, you got a friend in the streets, and you got the average dude just trying to make it. He just into a little bit of everything. Now, this is some normal shit. So this movie is for me, people gonna really be able to relate to it if they really from the hood. So you got these three niggas in. I'm playing that guy that's in the middle. I'm playing the person who is unsure about finding himself. He's really just practicing, trying some shit until you figure out what he want to do with his life. And my friends are playing that angel and that demon role. One of my friends is playing that, you need to go to school, you're smarter than that, you need to do your thing. And my other friend is playing that, fuck this school shit, get your money. You know what I'm saying? He playing that role. So this book is trying to, the movie is trying to show niggas in that situation, or in this particular situation, how to understand that it's a trap. How to understand that almost every lane that we take, whether we take it to the school level, we take it to the streets, it's in some way, form, or fashion a trap. It's like, it's almost saying that, I'm not saying niggas is hopeless. I'm trying to say that black people from the hood, period, don't matter your color, if you try to take this approach to life, if you try to say, okay, I'm going to do this, you have to understand the trap form. The reason why they call it a trap. It's a trap because educationally, some people are not intelligent enough because they didn't pay enough attention to the educational system, and it isn't structured for them to learn. Then you got other cases where you want to say, okay, I'm going to take the game banging shit. I'm cool with organization and all that, but you got some niggas who don't know how to understand organization, then they end up killing each other. And it become a part of nature, it become a part of culture. So you got them other niggas that say, okay, I'm gonna take this drug dealer shit, not realizing that the hustle is in them if they went to go be a fucking accountant, if they went to go be a lawyer or some shit like that. It doesn't, we just don't have them opportunities in those lanes. So the trap comes from each other. The trap comes from the conflict. The trap comes from the women, the music, the surroundings, the product, becoming a product of your environment. So when I say that the movie is titled Trapped, and the hood is trapped. It's a trap inside of a trap. Because now, if you take this route, these niggas gonna say you're a sellout. And if you take this route, you're gonna end up dead or in jail. So we're at war with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like the hood, the poor, they're at war with each other. That's the trap. That's the fucking trap. And if you don't see that trap, you won't realize the structure of it, the systematic scheme that was placed upon it to be inside of another fucking trap. With the education shit, with the surrounding shit, with, you know, what you're gonna learn, what you're gonna do in life, and the opportunities you're not gonna get. Perfect example. I know people born into money. They raised into money. I know niggas that is raised poor. A big difference between the two people is how they think. A lot of people that are born into money have an education about money or a little bit of insight about how the shit works. A lot of niggas that ain't got no money, they have no idea how the shit works, so they go based on what they see. Now, if you born into money and you see how this shit work and you don't look at businesses like, okay, the customer's always right, I need to do what I gotta do, all this shit, I need to go in here, I need to get me a job, and all. You look at shit different. You look at it like, I'm not gonna go to this club, I'm gonna own this club and make all the money. I'm not gonna go to this fucking game, I'm gonna try to own this game. This is just like the NBA shit with the Donald Sterling. Them niggas is not worried about them players, they worry about the owners. Cause that's the people with the money. That's the people with the fucking money. So people born into money understand why the Donald Sterling issue is a big deal. People that's not into it just look at the racism. They just look at the shit that the average person is gonna see. You gotta look deep inside shit sometimes. This is I had an interview in Cali over some radio station, and they were asking me about Trapped, and they said, why did I choose some of the events that happened in my life? Now, I've been shot before, so a lot of niggas ain't really been shot. A lot of niggas ain't never shot nobody. So when I'm watching this, when I'm studying my lines and I'm reading over this movie and I'm trying to become this character, I'm looking at the fact that, okay, let me take myself back to before I got shot, because I'm a different person after I got shot. I had a near-death experience. It just works that way. And I started to remember how hopeless I was about life. How I was like, fuck, I ain't got no money. What the fuck am I gonna do with myself? Who am I? What am I? What am I gonna be? Who am I gonna be? And when I tapped into that person, I remembered why niggas do the shit that they do. Niggas just really don't know no better. Niggas really be practicing. Niggas you hate on me now. I'm doing all this shit now. I'm moving mountains. What mountains have you niggas moved? And you haven't done shit, and you're talking down and hating on niggas who's doing something. That's because niggas don't know no better. That's why you gotta check niggas sometimes. So anyways, when I'm doing an interview, they say, why you choose the events in your life? For one, to relate. I'm not trying to touch you bitch ass niggas. You're not a real nigga because you got shot. Just because I got shot up in the job, I'm not saying you just a real nigga. I'm not trying to touch you niggas that are not going through nothing in life, or just growing up in nice neighborhoods and then you want to kill everybody. I'm trying to touch these niggas that feel like they really trapped. So since I felt like I was really, really trapped, I'm tapping into the person that I remember was really, really trapped. I'm tapping into the Kevo, that nigga that got shot. So since I can tap into that nigga, I know how niggas feel. And I understand why niggas want to come up so bad. Some people can't understand. Why would somebody rob somebody? Why would somebody murder somebody? Gangs don't make no sense. I know why this shit makes sense, because of the fucking trap. So since I know this, I have to make the movie relate to those people who feel the same way. And the other one is the book shit, right?
Yeah.
Damn, what the fuck? All right, to elaborate on my book that's coming out, The Street Pamphlet. I like this book. I kind of dumped it. I didn't dumb it down like I did the other one, but I wrote it from a hood point of view, so I got good dialogue in it, but I still got some good English in it just in case, the editors were tripping or whatever. But it's 3 steps that I feel like niggas can take I take that back. It's 3 steps that I feel like people can take who are from lower class communities or from hoods or whatever you want to call it. I feel like if you take these 3 certain steps, you can better your mentality. And what I mean by this is, I heard Elijah Muhammad talking about, when I didn't hear this, I read about Elijah Muhammad talking about how the environment is outside of people, but it becomes inside their mind. So in order to change a person, you have to change the way they look at things. So you take me. I was dealing drugs. I was getting in shootouts, shooting people, getting shot, fighting, always, always in something crazy. When I changed how I thought about what I did, I stopped doing what I was doing. It's a lot of tattoo artists out here in Houston. I'm one of a kind here because of I was really doing stuff in the streets. All I did was take that knowledge and apply it to business. Now, what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to give you motherfuckers 3 steps to do the same thing I did, the same 3 steps I took. I'm trying to give you the guidelines, the practical guidelines about how to do what you do in a more moral way. Motherfuckers sell Sprite, big companies, big Coca-Cola. What's the difference between them selling that and somebody selling drugs? The mentality that come with it, the environment that come with it. Now it's legal. They both probably carry a gun. They both probably got a gun at home. The money is pretty much the same. You got to deal with supply and demand. The difference is the environment that it come with. If you selling Sprite, you might be a hustling motherfucker. But if you got to carry a gun everywhere you go, and Sprite is illegal, and niggas is watching you because you selling Sprite, then what comes with what you're doing comes with a new mentality. Now you will never get out of the mentality that's going to say, I'm going to do something that's going to create a legacy. I'm going to do something that's going to create my kids being rich, because a lot of people can't even think that far no more. And when I look at society and I look at people in the lower class, it's just like people aren't thinking about their future or their past as much as they think about the present. I see people living in the moment, and when I do things that's questionable to a lot of people, like I call myself God before, people trip because they're not living for themselves. They're not living in that, they're not being visionaries. Like I got one movie out, I've got movies coming out. I'm still, some stuff I did, I failed. I'm still trying. This is a hustle that I learned from being in the same position other niggas was in, poor, dirt, cheap, not doing nothing, no clothes, no money. Same hustle that you learn in that situation, because your struggle gonna make you strong. All you gotta do is use that fucking darkness on the lighter side. I promise you, if these niggas could use the hustle that they got when they trying to sell dope in the college classroom, it will be so much more degrees. If niggas could use the intent they use to dress up and impress these bitches, it will be so many more successful niggas. We done got dumbed down because of our intentions, our perception. We done lost all mental ability to create a stronger mental capacity. We done lost interest on reading. We done lost interest on anything that will make our mind stronger. We're all about appearance. Internally, we fucked up. Externally, we look good, but we're really doing fucking bad. So, I wrote this to get in the mind, not for no cool points, not to just be, oh, that nigga got a book. No, I wanna tap inside your mind and show you how motherfuckers that successful think, so you can stop faking. Niggas just be faking, niggas just be fronting and shit like that. And overall, just to help people do better.